Knives are cool. And axes too. Hello everybody, I'm Robert Breaker and this is Knives Are Cool and Axes 2 channel. And today we're going to talk about some cool Randall knives. And I got one on me right here. See if you know what this is. Can you tell me if you know what this one is? If so, well, all right. If not, I'll let you know. But Randall knives to me are really cool. And this would be the Model 24 Guardian. And I'll tell you a little bit more about it here in a moment. But we're gonna go over to the table now and look at it because I've got a couple of these. So let's go. All right, so here we are at the table and I've got several of these. These are some of my most favorite knives here. And the one, of course, that I showed you here in the beginning, let me go ahead and take it off my belt and put it here with these others. And these would be, of course, according to the Randall catalog, these are right here. D. So that would be the Model 24 Guardian. And from my understanding, these were specifically made for the FBI. And these were things that now that you can own too, but when they originally came out, and the idea was that an FBI agent would carry something like that. I thought that was interesting. That's what I had heard. Again, you hear things that may or may not be true. But I have several of these, and there's several different sizes. And if you know anything about Randall, these are the more cheaper Randall knives, but they're very nice. Here's a nice micarta. This one looks like white bone, which is beautiful. This is the one that I had on my hip here in the beginning. This one I really like, but I sharpened it and kind of messed up a little bit. So I need to sharpen out a little gouge that I put in that one. It's got a little green on it. I need to polish these up a little more too. And then this one. This one is a beautiful, looks like rosewood handle. And it's gorgeous as well. So these are my Randall Model 24 Guardians. So let's look at these and see what you think. If you like knives like I like knives, these might be good for you to get because they're so sharp. Now, of course, this would be self-defense. That was the idea, that when they were made, they were supposed to be like a backup for an FBI agent. So you would have this here, and then they had their little 38 revolvers, and if something happened, well, they could pull this out and defend themselves from a criminal or something. But nowadays, people buy these just for kind of on the farm, cutting rope, doing all sorts of stuff. And they're good for a lot of everything. Now, they all have this little piece on the top here that has been filed for your thumb. So you've got that on either side, so you don't have to remember which side is which. They're both equally sharp. And on the farm, I would say this would be good for cutting, for doing different things, and then for cutting rope, or maybe even castrating a cow or something, I don't know. But a lot of people I've known that have had these weren't government officials with the FBI, they were farm people. But to me, this is one of the coolest knives because it's a classic Randall made knife. So let's look at these. First of all, Randall makes the most beautiful hilts, and then they put a lot of beautiful lines through here. This one's looks like metal and red. This one's black and silver. This is red, white, black. And then this one's just black and silver. Can you get in and zoom in on those? How each one of those is just so beautiful. So there's a lot of quality in a Randall knife. And of course, when you look at a Randall knife, you're always looking for this stamp. And this is a good illustration of how different the stamps can be. Look how this one's way thicker and this one's way thinner. So you're not always going to see the exact same stamp. Some of them are a little deeper and things like that. But my favorite has to be this one right here. And I don't know why. It's a classic micarta and I like it. Let's see how it fits. And it fits. That's why I like this one. If I'm upside down, I'm not going to lose it, and it fits really well. And they're easy to take on and off on your belt. Oh, I should have worn a better belt than this little weaved one. But you put it on your belt. That's not easy to put on your belt. There we go. And I like this one because it's snug. Some of these other ones aren't quite as snug. And over time, see that? That one came right out. So over time, they get a little stretched. And I don't know how to fix that. But I really do like this one being bone. I think that's beautiful. This one here is very tight. And it's a little bit different. And what I find interesting, all of these are Randall made, I believe, sheaths, but sometimes they make sheaths a little bit different. And I think this one's very interesting. So this one is snug, and it's just a little bit different. And then this one is this style as well. Oh, and this one, oh, it's so tight. You can see this one's very tight. So what do you think? Do you like these Model 24s? Do you think they're cool? Now, I know what my buddy, Mr. No, is gonna say before I even read the comments. He's gonna say, the blade's too short. For self-defense, you're not sticking that in enough to be able to stop the threat. You're basically just making them mad. But I tell you what, if somebody's after me and I'm having to use this for self-defense, I'm sure 1 or 2 stabs, he's gonna like either get away or get even madder. But I'll probably be able to at least stun him enough to where I can run away. But these are some of my favorite Randals that I have. I like them, I think they're cool. And I just feel like I wanted to share those with you. And over the years, these have been garage sale finds or estate finds. There was a couple of times in my life when I went to eBay and was able to get one for a good price. There was a guy that was selling some Randall knives, or a guy or a lady or somebody, and it was a whole bunch of them. And obviously a collector had died and they just flooded eBay with Randall knives, and I was getting them for like half price what they're worth. And so I got some here, some there. And again, Randall knives are known for going up in value. I think they say between 3 to 5% every year, because there's a 5-year waiting list for people that want a Randall knife. So here's the catalog. My catalog's a little old. This catalog is from 17 or 18? And look what it says. If you order in 2017, you can have one in 2022. 5-year waiting list for a Randall knife. Unless you can find one of the 3 or 4 dealerships in America, and then supposedly between 5 and 8 months you can have one. And we just so happen to have one here in Gulf Breeze, Florida, and I don't know, I think it might be closing, I hope not. But if you go into them, you can give them like an old silver coin or something, and they could literally make the hilt out of sterling silver. And I've always thought, wouldn't that be cool to have my own specially made Randall knife done and have my name on it and have it made out of silver and other things. But I don't have the money or the time or the patience to wait for that. But these are my really cool Model 24 Guardians, and these will be passed down to the children. Although they were an investment, I really think the kids would enjoy this later in life. And there it is, Model 24 Guardian. And you can read more about that if you want. And zoom in on that if you would. And there's the picture. So that's what these are. I just happen to collect them with all different kinds of handles. And I like how they turned out. So thank you for watching. I hope this will stir you up to want to get some Randals as well. And if you do get a Randall, make sure you get one of these to put it in. And when you do store your Randall in your safe, always make sure never zip it all the way, because that's a good way to let all that brass turn green and get green everywhere. You want to keep it half open so it breathes a little bit, and even put an oxygen absorber in there, because these are collector's items and these are highly sought after. Everybody wants a Randall, it seems like. So try to keep them nice and in good condition. I cringe when I see one that's used. And yeah, that's what they're for. They're supposed to be used, but everybody wants one and they go up in value. So the less used, the better, because then it'll be worth more. So there's our Randall knives. Let's just zoom in on these and tell me what you think of this model in the comments. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time with some more. I think I'll do some more Randall knives. So have fun. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Knives are cool. And axes too.
Bullseye.